Hello everyone, I'm back with another Overwatch League video here. This is my second video on Overwatch League ever, so if you enjoy, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Comment down below what you think of the video, so let's just get into it. Today we're going to be talking about some rumours to do with the Philadelphia Fusion. More specifically, rumours involving the player Rascal, previously on the San Francisco Shock. This guy is an incredible player. To be a two-time champion, even if he wasn't playing in that second win, is incredible. He was a huge part of the success of the San Francisco Shock in that Season 2 victory, playing Brigitte for them during that whole GOATS time. And he also came in on the May in the in Stage 4 and on, where he absolutely dominated. Last season, Season 3, he was playing the Echo, mostly. From when Echo came out, Rascal was by far one of the best on her. You'd have Rascal in the conversation with best Echo players along with Fleta and probably just Fleta, you know. And maybe Ivy once he started playing the Echo. Rascal got dropped during this off-season by the San Francisco Shock. The way I saw that was kind of Shock had such a star-studded roster. Even after 2 championships, they could not afford to pay all the players. And if players are wanting their worth in salary, well, you're going to have to let them go. There was a time when 4 of the Shock players were thought of, all of who could be leaving. It was Moth, who did leave, Rascal, who did leave, and then Super and Violet, who both stayed. So the leaks have come out about Rascal signing to Philadelphia Fusion, which does match up with some other issues that have been leaked about the Philadelphia Fusion. The one I'm referring to here is the rumour of EQO having visa issues, because Philadelphia is playing in Korea this year, so it's going to be difficult for some of their players to get there, which is really disappointing for EQO, because last season he barely played. He played during the Genji meta in the Summer Showdown, which they did get to the finals too, and he looked very good on, even though he hadn't been playing at all that season, which was very impressive. And also he played at the very start of Echo, before Ivy had picked it up. EQO was playing the Echo, and he looked alright on it. But the highlight of his Season 3 was definitely the Genji, even though he really didn't play much. It's sad to see that he might not be playing because of visa issues, because in Season 1 he was a huge part of that Philadelphia playoff run where they got to the finals and eventually got smashed by London. But he and Carpe, he on the Hanzo mostly, they were at the front of that team leading them to the finals. So it's bad. It's sad to see a veteran talent just get passed up because of visa issues. And not just a veteran talent, he's not just good because he used to be good, he actually is good, as we saw with the Genji this season. But the fact is, if Rascal does get picked up, even if EQO could get into Korea, Rascal's going to be playing every hero apart from maybe the Genji. Because Rascal is just better. He's better at the Echo, better at the Mei, you know, he's better at the Junk, he's better at the Pharah, he's better at pretty much every hero, other than the Genji, you could say. Also, something to think about here is Shockwave. Shockwave got picked up by Philly this off-season, and he is a hit scan player, but he also was a standout Echo player last season on a terrible roster of the Vancouver Titans. He did carry so many, most of their wins he carried on the Echo, but the thing is, Rascal just is a better Echo. Shockwave will never be playing the Echo over Rascal, and if they do, it's going to be against a bad team, because it would be a poor choice. Now, I know Shockwave is a hit scan player, so he will basically just be filling in when it's a double hit scan meta. I don't see him getting any playtime. Also, EQO, I only really see getting playtime on Genji, even if he makes it to Korea, which he probably won't anyway. So it looks like we're mostly just going to be seeing Carpe Rascal. So, are these guys going to be the best duo in the league? The best DPS duo? It sounds so powerful. Carpe has always, since Season 1, been considered one of the best players of all time. And Rascal, since joining the Shock, has been top 3 at worst best projectile players in the game. He also flicked onto the Baptiste, which we could definitely see if there's a Bap Zen meta and Alarms on the Zen and Rascal's on the Bap, because we're not too sure how good Funny Astro's Bap is. But are they the best duo? I don't think you can say they're the best DPS duo, because double hit scan is a very common meta that we see. Tracer Ashe, we see very often. But I do think there would be the best DPS duo in a McCree-Mei meta. Carpe's McCree, I'd say, is his best hero. I'm not sure if everyone would agree with that, but I think it is by far his best. And Mei, Roscoe is phenomenal on the Mei. The only other team you could have in conversation for best Mei McCree duo would be Shanghai with Lip and Fleta. But even then, I think Carpe Roscoe does beat that. Plus, I heard people talking about this duo thinking it's bad because they said both these players demand resources. But that's just not the case. Carpe does. I'd say Carpe is, when you're carrying the team as he did for a while, he's going to be demanding the resources and you should be giving them to him. But Roscoe's used to not getting the resources. He comes from the San Francisco Shock, for God's sake. You don't get more stacked teams over the past 2 seasons than the SF Shock. He knows how to perform while not being pocketed or anything, while not having the resources dedicated to him that someone like Carpe does have. So that's just that argument blown out the window. Sticking with the Philadelphia theme, there's also been some rumours about Funny Astro having some visa issues, which makes sense because the UK is pretty heavily hit by COVID at the moment, and going from the UK to Korea it's not really going to be easy, is it? And now this, unlike the EQO one, I think if Funny Astro is off for visa issues, even if it's for the first half of the season, I think that is detrimental to this roster. Firstly, there's no one that springs to mind straight away as being a replacement that's on the free market for Funny Astro. Funny Astro, you're looking at a top 2 or 3 main support, and who's going to fill them shoes? FD God's not, he's on Shock. Moth isn't, he's on Gladiators. Lee Jae Gong isn't. Slime isn't even. So that would be very terrible if he couldn't play. In summary, I think Roscoe going to this roster will be absolutely incredible. If they can get a McCree-Mei meta going, this team is seriously looking like contenders. Previously, they would have been written off as middle of the pack at best in APAC team. But I do think if Roscoe actually does go to this team, it really turns it around. Thanks for watching all of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. I'll link my Twitch and my new Discord in the description if you want to check it out. It's pretty epic. Talk about Overwatch, Overwatch League, LFG. If we get enough players, we'll do some scrims. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, my viewers.